Like, what? Like, going past the fact that Broly's back, which I'll complain about in a second, don't you worry. Does being a god even matter anymore? Like, in the show at all?
And it's a genuine question because I feel like it doesn't, and it's not even its fault really. You just brought Goku and Vegeta and a bunch of different enemies to god level. Now everyone has to be a god, but like that takes the power away from being a god. It doesn't even matter anymore. Like Super Saiyan Blue is Goku and Vegeta's new Super Saiyan. They don't use it as like, oh, we have to save this until the very end as like some strong power up. That's what they do from the beginning of the fight. And they always get whooped. Like, I can bring up multiple times in Super, but I don't even really need to. In the trailer alone, Broly is, if not stronger than, definitely equal to both of them while fighting them in their god forms. He's not in a god form. He's chilling, and then they're just getting their asses kicked in their god forms. I don't understand. Like, just look at this. Okay, so they're not fighting that much, but look, god form, they're equal. Look at this. Hold on. He's in his god form right now. Hold on. He's in his god form before Broly even transforms. He's in his god form. That means he look at his shirt. He was getting whooped before Broly even transformed. But to prove my point even further, there was Hit, Frieza, Jiren, and a bunch of enemies in Super that weren't gods that went up against Goku. Even Krillin had a beam struggle with him. That doesn't make that much sense, at least in my head. I feel like one of the few instances when this makes sense is like Goku Black, because Goku Black was Zamasu with Goku's body when he went back in. Listen, I don't know how to explain that shit. Zamasu was a god. That made sense. Oh, no. I gotta bring up this one. Trunks killed Zamasu. I don't know what it was. I wasn't following at that point. It was like fused Zamasu or something like that. And Trunks made a big old sword of energy and killed him when Super Saiyan Blue, which is a god form of a fusion, which was Vegito, who's supposed to be the strongest freaking character in the canon, whatever, at the end of Z or some shit. Like, he kills Zamasu. That doesn't make sense. Like, they indirectly denounced being a god. It doesn't matter anymore because in order for anyone to beat Goku and Vegeta, or for them to have a challenge which actually creates the episode or the arc or whatever, they have to be a god. They have to be that strong. So being a god is like normal now, because if it's not, then Goku and Vegeta just whip everyone endlessly. But if it is, then you get to this problem where it doesn't matter. And it's not something they can undo, or would undo, but it's not something they could undo even if they wanted to, because they'd be going 2 steps back. They can't not make people gods now because you're already at that level. If you go any lower, it doesn't make any sense. And Broly having greater destructive power than a god of destruction, I don't know what that means. It's cryptic. I'm gonna take it as Broly is stronger than Beerus or some other god of destruction, which is, it's like you're taking the fact that you already made everyone have to be a god and excelling that shit, because now you have someone that is not even Goku or Vegeta have matched Beerus yet. He said that himself. Like, they got close, I think, with Ultra Instinct or whatever, but like no one's matched him. And they just have Broly appear out of nowhere. He's stronger than you. He's stronger than Beerus. Stronger than everyone. Everyone's gonna die. Like, it seems like they rushed being a god because I don't know. Between Battle of Gods, what was the Frieza movie? Resurrection F, I think. And then Super itself, it's like they just went forward so fast. It was they made it. They didn't give it enough time to develop. It's like they didn't. I don't even know how to phrase it. They made people gods too fast. Didn't Goku just like pull out the blue form in the Frieza movie out of nowhere? I don't remember. I barely watched that movie. it was like everything just seemed like it was rushed. Like they just completely skipped past the period where Goku even learned that. And in this movie, I don't have the concept art, but in this movie, Vegeta has the regular God form, the red one. They rushed past that too, because he just got the blue form, and now he has the red form, but they're probably not going to show how he got it. I'm starting to realize that as I make this video that my problem might be with Super's pacing, or just the series in general, the pacing of it, instead of just the fact that there are gods. Because there being gods is fine. That's actually a cool addition, but I feel like they just they made it happen way too fast. And now Broly, who's not coming back, I guess he's becoming a canon character. I don't know. Broly has to go through the same thing because if he doesn't, like I said earlier, he's below the level of everyone else. It doesn't make sense. But the thing that does piss me off, separate from the pacing of Super, is like I said earlier, Broly, or rather Goku, needed to fight Broly using Super Saiyan Blue while Broly was in his base form. That's really annoying because it's that like he didn't even require a transformation to make Goku transform. Anyways, it's just I don't know. I wish they didn't rush into the whole god status thing because instead of it being like, oh man, there's this huge difference between this character and this character because character A is a god and character B isn't. It's just like everyone is a god or has to be around the same level. Even his like allies of Goku and Vegeta are indirectly gods because they have to fight the exact same people and they don't just get like destroyed. They're usually on the same level or like around the same level. So even like Piccolo, Krillin, like all of them have gone up against the same characters that Goku and Vegeta needed Super Saiyan Blue to go up against. So they're all just like on this same level that should be higher than it's being represented. To reiterate again, I know that they're not gods, but they're fighting against people that require Goku and Vegeta to basically be gods. Like if someone go back to Z, if somebody forced Goku or Vegeta or Trunks or Gohan or whoever to be a Super Saiyan, and then somebody that's not a Super Saiyan went up against that same character, you could say they're maybe not the exact same, but they're near the same level. Like how I can't think of a example straight off the top of my head, but there are multiple fights where Goku, Vegeta, whoever has to go Super Saiyan to fight somebody, and then somebody that can't do that, that can't go Super Saiyan, doesn't have a transformation at all, goes up against that same character. So you could say that they're not the exact same, but they're around the same level because if they're both fighting against that one character, then they have to be at least somewhere close. Maybe not equal, but they have to be close or it doesn't even matter. And there are certain times where it's not even like a requirement really. They kind of just like toss Super Saiyan Blue out there. They don't even really need to transform. It's not something that is necessary for them to win the fight. They just do it because they do it, which is a separate conversation, a separate complaint that I have. But it's not to say that they have to transform into a god to beat certain characters. It's just that if they do, and that's usually how they beat other characters, and the people that they fight alongside can also match those characters without being gods, then they're probably around that same level. Anyways, I had rambled on about that shit for long enough. Let me talk about Broly really quickly. Since this video has indefinitely gone on long enough, I'll just make this quick. Broly's stupid. He's a terrible character who isn't even a character. He's mind controlled by his father. He's another Saiyan. He screams Goku's actual Saiyan name. He screams Kakarot all the time. He was buff as hell. He was strong as hell. And he made Vegeta scared. Those are the only things that like made people actually care about him and fueled 3 whole movies for him. He has no character or no motive. He just wants to kill Goku because he was crying in a damn crib. Now that Broly's canon, they can completely ignore that terrible past and actually give him some sort of good story, some reason for you to actually care about him. But from what I can tell in the trailer, still has that thing around his neck. It's just not as flashy. And in the end of the trailer, he doesn't have it when he's all big and transformed and shit. So my guess is he's still mind controlled. I just hope that it's a bit more interesting and not just Broly being Broly. I dropped all interest for the movie when I found out that it was Broly as the main villain, but again, they are making him canon just using his actual character, making it canon, making it into a new character that no one has seen in the Dragon Ball universe before, so they could change him around. And this movie is actually has a bit of story surrounding the origin of the Saiyans and stuff like that from what you can see in the trailer. Um, Basically, it's I don't know. As long as Broly isn't absolutely terrible, and they give some legitimate reason that he's stronger than a god of destruction, other than just plain hype, I guess it's not that bad. Anyways, I in this video have gone on for way too long. Tell me in the comments below what you think about Broly, the new movie, power scaling, Super's pacing, anything you want to talk about. I am here for the conversation. My name is JaangoPops, and I will see you all later. Peace out.